And you may not think that that is the best approach or not, but I think that it's only fair to grade a patch on what it is like kind of trying to do. So even if you think that like the Undragon or Casket nerfs weren't really enough, which I'll get to those in a second, I think that like you kind of have to, if you want to criticize it as a whole, you have to say this approach is bad. But I don't think you can say that they failed their approach with this patch. I am going to say though, I think that the Cryogen nerf was not enough. I feel like there's a difference in kind between finishers that answer or that like win the game when they are unanswered and finishers that just end the game. I think Cryogen is very brutal at just ending the game when it's played, and maybe that's not appropriate at 10 mana. I don't really know because we don't really have a lot of good like cards for comparison. You know, like there's not other cryogens in the game really. It's kind of just one of a kind. And you play cryogen, like I've played cryogen a lot. You just drop it, and then it's like a gazillion points of burn. You hit them with zaps or something. You punch them with your hero, and then they die. But I think there's an open question that nobody has really answered yet about just how good expensive cards are supposed to be. If they're supposed to win the game upon being played, then Cryogen is actually like well designed and it's doing its job well. But if people are supposed to have like a counterplay turn against finishers, like I develop my big unit and I kind of like wag my finger at you and I'm like, you gotta deal with this or else I'm gonna win, which is much more cards like Tiamat or Pharaonis, then Cryogen is out of line. But it kind of depends on what big cards are supposed to do.
I mean, today in the finals, the game five of the finals, um, one person got their cryogen in fairly early, and it got a hit, and then the other person was City Summer. The other person won about 5, 6 turns later with their own cryogen, but they were able to answer. They were able to, you know,
And they answered with what? Encapsulate?
they did. They top decked the capsulate, but which was great.
Ah,
But